Malachi, chapter 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, Wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith the Lord, Yet I loved Jacob. And I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, We are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. And your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, The Lord will be magnified from the border of Israel. A son honoureth his father, and a servant his master. If then I be a father, where is mine honour? And if I be a master, where is my fear, saith the Lord of hosts unto you? O priests that despise my name. And ye say, Wherein have we despised thy name? Ye offer polluted bread upon mine altar, and ye say, Wherein have we polluted thee? In that ye say, The table of the Lord is contemptible. And if ye offer the blind for sacrifice, is it not evil? And if ye offer the lame and the sick, is it not evil? Offer it now unto the governor. Will he be pleased with thee, or accept thy person, saith the Lord of hosts? And now I pray you, beseech God, that he will be gracious unto us. This has been by your means. Will he regard your persons, saith the Lord of hosts? Who is there even among you that would shut the doors for naught? Neither do ye kindle fire in mine altar for naught. I have no pleasure in you, saith the Lord of hosts, neither will I accept an offering at your hand. For from the rising of the sun even unto the going down of the same, my name shall be great among the Gentiles. And in every place incense shall be offered unto my name, and a pure offering, for my name shall be great among the heathen, saith the Lord of hosts. But ye have profaned it, in that ye say, The table of the Lord is polluted, and the fruit thereof, even his meat, is contemptible. Ye said also, Behold, what a weariness is it! And ye have snuffed at it, saith the Lord of hosts. And ye brought that which was torn, and the lame, and the sick. Thus ye brought an offering. Should I accept this of your hand, saith the Lord? But cursed be the deceiver, which hath in his flock a male, and voweth and sacrificeth unto the Lord a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, saith the Lord of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathen. Malachi is another one of the prophets that we know nothing really about except from his writings. It's kind of scary to realize that we have no really complete list of all the prophets, and that there are prophets mentioned of whom we have absolutely no other record except their name. We have no writings of their teachings or anything else. And it just goes to show that along with the 14 books that are mentioned that aren't there, that there is quite likely a huge amount of material that was written that we simply do not have in the Old Testament. It is by no means complete. We know that Malachi followed Haggai and Zechariah, and that he was probably working about the same time as Nehemiah was. This period was about 400 years before the birth of Christ, and he is the last prophet of whom we have any written record in that 400-year period. Absolutely nothing from anybody else. Now, it isn't that the Lord wouldn't want his people to have prophets. We know that many of the things that are in here have been modified or deleted, and it's quite likely, quite possible, I would think, now this is my opinion here, that the things in the last 400 years may have been too focused on the coming Savior for those people who were in charge of the Scriptures after the Savior's death to feel comfortable with, and they simply might have been removed. Question always comes up in verses 2 to 5. did the Lord really hate Esau? I thought this was supposed to be a God of love. And this is one of the situations where, again, it is absolutely terrifying to me to have somebody say they absolutely believe every single word in the Bible is absolutely, literally true. Because the Hebrew word used for hate means not hate. Doesn't mean having any hard feelings against at all. It means preferred less or loved less. And it's usually tied in with the way the individual behaves. Now, Esau married outside of the covenant as a deliberate choice to snub his parents. That appears reasonable from all the stuff that we've read. And he was anti all of his family, all of the religion of his family, everything for all of his life. And the people that his descendants became, the Edomites, were anti-Jewish to the core. And they even helped when Nebuchadnezzar came and laid siege to Jerusalem. They helped with the siege and they helped with the ransacking of Jerusalem. So the Lord had a cause of complaint against Esau's descendants. That was very well earned, sufficiently well earned, that Edom became an example of the bitterness and hatred of the world towards the Jews. An outstanding, perfect, well-known example. In verses 6 to 14, Malachi talks about just what a rotten, lousy, contemptible job the priests were doing in their function. Now, you got to remember that all of the sacrifices that were being offered, all of the things that were being done with worshiping God were richly symbolic of the blood sacrifice of our elder brother Jesus Christ on the cross. For us, his death, shedding of his blood. And that all of the sacrifices, just as Jesus was perfect, all of the sacrifices needed to be perfect. And these guys were offering moldy bread that was not baked according to the recipe. They were offering disabled, already killed, sick animals. What they were doing was something that we see so many times in our own situations. They were going through the motions and they had absolutely no thought for what they were doing or why, and this was the problem of the Jews, Hebrew people, all the way through, including at the time of Christ. It was pure, mechanical, kill the animal, put it on the altar. They knew every single way to slice up those animals, cut them. They had books on that stuff. But if you asked them why they were doing it, what was it symbolic of? Not a clue. And it wasn't because the Lord hadn't told them. It wasn't because the example wasn't in their face. It's because they were only interested in actually, it's supposed to be sacrificed at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We have to have a ram. We'll take this one. And none of the learning that the Lord had established mattered to them. They didn't care. As long as there was bread to put on, who cares if it's moldy? As long as there was meat to put on, who cares that it doesn't meet the standard? Now, they would tell you, yes, it did, but in Malachi's time, it didn't make any difference. Some guy would show up with an animal that had died on itself, and the priest would take it as acceptable for sacrifice, when it clearly was absolutely against the rules. But they didn't care. They didn't care. And the point is, if you love somebody, you would care about what you did for them. If you're talking about your husband or your wife, and you want to show them that you care, are you going to give them moldy bread for supper? or uncooked beans or raw meat or whatever, anything that you just so you can say that you did something, or are you going to do the best you can with it? And what the Lord wanted was some evidence that these people cared, and Malachi was telling them, it's obvious you guys don't care at all.